Welcome back, guys, to Canadian Football Central, CFL content for the fans, by the fans. This is episode 8 of the CFC podcast, and we have defensive lineman from the Toronto Argonauts, Jared Brinkman. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've done a few of these, and again, just kind of a chill environment. Got a lot of stuff. We got some questions that we kind of typically go through, but then we also have some that are some fan submitted. As you can see, we kind of did a bit of promotional there. I appreciate you retweeting that. I think your dad retweeted it as well. It was awesome.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
There you go. So one of the things that we're wondering is just kind of going all the way back. What was your experience playing like sports, whether that's football or any kind of sports, growing up about till like roughly the end of high school?
Yeah, so football started from a young age. Started second, third grade flag football, always playing in the backyard, stuff like that. Just like everyone in this league. Through high school. Other sports I played, I was a wrestler, so I wrestled elementary all through high school. I was a 2-time state champion at heavyweight, and then at shot put, I was a state champ my senior year.
There you go.
Yeah, and set a state record.
Oh, wow. So that was in, I believe, Michigan, right? Is that correct?
Iowa. I'm actually
Iowa.
From Iowa.
Okay, because I saw somewhere on the Wikipedia the Michigan as well, so I just...
Yeah, no, in one of the articles, I think it was maybe Third Down Nation or something like that. They said I was from Holland or something. I'm like, yeah, I was born there, but I'm from Iowa.
Ah, I see. Well, they get things wrong sometimes. Wikipedia is not always the best source, kids. So, you had been born there in Michigan, moved to Iowa, did a lot of your growing up there, and so how was college at Northern Iowa?
It was good, So I had always been a fan of UNI. My dad played there, so we were always going to games and stuff like that when I was a kid. Went to the national championship game. So,
Wow.
It was... That
would have been quite an experience. My goodness.
It was cool.
Wow.
So I was always around Northern Iowa, UNI. So it just felt like home right away, when it was... I was there for 5 years, played with great players, had a great experience there, and, it was a great experience.
There we go.
So next question is, what's your best college memory? One football, one non-football.
Okay, let's see. Football's tough. I got to say my sophomore year was my first start at Iowa. I had 2 sacks. So that was, it's hard to top that one. I'm from Iowa City, so it was my hometown. Had a lot of people at the game. So that was probably my best football memory. The non-football memory in college, I got to be careful about this. Just always, being around friends, I had a couple of friends that had lake houses and stuff like that. So just, being around friends and just doing dumb stuff, just being guys. I'll say this, during COVID, we built a weight room in one of our garages, whatever. So 7 a.m. and it was just all of us, no gyms were open, but we were blaring music and the cops called on us lifting weights. So that was a good one.
Just for lifting weights. There you go.
Lifting weights.
So here's an interesting one. How is it like to win your first championship in the CFL in your first season?
It happened. I mean, it was crazy when it happened, but I almost wish I was in the league a little more or a little longer or knew more about the league, because it's just now I know how difficult it was. I came in, we were the best team in the league, had a first round bye, and I was fortunate enough to play in that Grey Cup, but I don't know if I truly knew how hard it was to win a Grey Cup. Now that I've been in the league a couple of years, I mean, there's guys in the league that have been in here 8-9 years that haven't won a Grey Cup. So, I'm always going to cherish that, but I'm never going to take it for granted. I know what it's like to win, but I want another one. I want to do it from get a whole season going, and really work for it.
Just one thing before Carter answers asks the next question. If you can see this banner behind me,
yeah,
we haven't won since '99. So you can just imagine.
Oh my!
I get it.
Yeah, no, we hadn't. Well, in Winnipeg, we hadn't won for like 29 years before our And we had our last one we had, it was 1990 before we won in 2019.
There's a little drought there.
Yeah, my entire lifetime. So we hadn't won anything. And then of course you come into the league and beat my glorious Bombers in the first season. So you guys get it done. But congratulations, you guys had earned that. And so this next one we actually have here is a fan question. This is from Bill Soup on Instagram. No, that was the next one. No, I'm missing this. There's one before that. When did you first hear about the CFL?
So it was actually I heard from a young age. My dad actually he got a tryout with Winnipeg.
Oh yeah.
Back after college, he didn't make it, but he had a good workout. So that's kind of my first first time hearing about it. So I've always known about it. Know how competitive it is, but I just never really watched the game. And so now being up here 3 years, I've learned to love the game and kind of see how it's beautiful in its own ways.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's funny because we've gotten some interesting answers from that. I remember when we had Braylon Addison of the Ottawa Redblacks on, he was talking about how because he had kind of grown up down south and had always been used to football down there, he hadn't even heard of the CFL till he was all the way in college playing. And then just Micah Awe within just a few days ago was telling us about how it was him injuring Carson Wentz in the NFL preseason that then got the calls from BC and Saskatchewan, and he didn't even know what a Saskatchewan or a BC was. So it's kind of interesting how players from kind of all over the continent and sometimes all over the world are able to kind of find their way to Canada in such interesting ways. But
it is.
Rick, get on with this next one.
Just to follow up on that, there's even some players that here in Hamilton that because the vibe that I'm not sure if you've played in Hamilton yet as an Argo, but there's some players that are the Hamilton vibe just reminds them of back home in Texas.
It does, it definitely does. Toronto's a little different for me. I'm from Iowa, so I'm from cornfields and so it's a little different here. So definitely when I go to, when I was in SAS and stuff, it gave me more of a Midwest feel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the next question is from Bill Soup on Instagram. What do you do in the off season for workout and career?
Yeah. So for career, I've been substitute teaching. So it's anywhere from I've done pre-K all the way up to high school. I've done some reform schools. But I try to do high school as much as I can. A lot of strength and conditioning classes, so I love doing that. It's been, when I'm get to teach in the weight room, it doesn't really feel like a job. So it's kind of,
there you go.
So it's been fun doing that. But then my workout and stuff, Usama, our strength coach, gives us a great program, and then I also my strength coach back in college, Jed Smith, I still get a strength program from him, and it's just it's a lot of, I'm still doing a lot of heavy lifting, putting a lot of weight on my back and stuff like that, pushing myself, but then work on some other stuff, a lot more yoga, work on my flexibility, working on my get off speed, balance. So just adding a little of those small things in there that just help increase my game.
Absolutely. I mean, it sounds like you stay very fit in the off season. So no off season here for Jared. So, but we got another question from a fan. This is from Canadian W on Discord. Have any friends or family become CFL fans after watching your games?
Can you say that again? My bad, you froze for a sec.
All good. This is from Canadian W on Discord. Have any friends or family become CFL fans after watching your games?
Yeah, I got a huge supporting cast back home. My family, they watch every game. My friends,
That's
I got
awesome.
a couple of friends coming up. I got a couple of friends buying jersey stuff. They're sending me clips of the game, stuff like that. So yeah, they're definitely watching it, and they'll tell me, they're like, it's a little different, but it is fun to watch. And I'm like, it is. It's faster paced. It is fun.
Absolutely.
The next question here is, are there any CFL or NFL linemen, past, present, that you admire or have drawn inspiration from in your career?
There's great D linemen, and throughout the day, I always loved watching Aaron Donald. He was the guy,
Oh yeah.
in my time. Everyone loves him, but another guy I love watching. I know he's a DN, but Reggie White. I just love him tossing old linemen out there. So he overpowered guys, and that's kind of how I see my game. Trying to overpower guys. So I like watching him.
There you go.
The next one is there a meaning behind your jersey number?
My jersey, actually, there's not. It was when I came up here, they had 91 in my locker, and I called my parents after the first day, and my mom told me that my dad already put 91 on a couple hats and shirts and stuff. So I was like, well, I guess I'm sticking with 91.
There you go. So what did you what did you use before that? Just kind of chiming in.
I was 44 in college.
I see. And was there a meaning behind that one, or was that just kind of similar situation?
Same thing. I got to college. I saw 44. I thought they were moving me to fullback, but I got to stay on the D line.
There you go. That's good. Yeah. So this is another one. This actually from a Argos fan. This from Save Connor on X. How do players feel about away fans trash talking them at away games?
I love it. I love when the fans are interacting and stuff like that. I love if we make a big play, give a celebration, the fans are screaming. It's just part of the game. Fans should be part of the game. If maybe not get out of hand, but
yeah, of course.
But we love that. It's just, and it gets me a little pumped up sometimes. So it's all good. It's part of the game. So I love it. I think all the guys enjoy it. It's just part of being that away team, and going to Winnipeg, going to Hamilton. It's just what you got to deal with.
Absolutely. And actually, this is another one from an Argo fan. This is a very, very recent. This is from Argo Diva on X. Where did the belly rub sub come from? Where did the celly the belly rub? Where is that from?
I don't know. I was thinking, before the game, I was like, what would I do? And I just got up and I was like, I'm going to rub my belly. I don't know. It just felt right. It felt good in the moment.
There you go. That's awesome.
I liked it. I think I'm going to keep it.
Oh no, that's definitely a keeper. Absolutely. Yeah. I remember seeing that at TSN, and I was like, oh my goodness. And so then when I was making actually our promotional video for this, I'm like, we need the belly rub in there. That has to be in the clip. Like,
the promotional video looked great.
We'll find. I'm sure there's a bunch of highlights he's got, but we'll find like a second or two where that belly rub is going into.
I love it.
But the next question is, what's the best part about playing for the Toronto Argonauts?
They gave me the chance. I got here last 4 weeks in 2022, and they didn't have to play me. They didn't. They brought me in to help the team out, be a guy on to help the offense, and take reps away from some of the defense to help their legs. And they just they believed in me. They always trusted me. They never kind of said one thing and did another. They always really direct with me, and they just gave me the chance to show what I can do. A lot of places I've gone, it's, we don't put on pads and stuff like that. And I'm a 6-foot D tackle. So it might turn off some people, but Toronto, they gave me a chance to put the pads on and show what I can do. And, I'm thankful for that. And, I just love ever since that, the, coaching staff, the front office, the players. I mean, it just feels like a family. There's no place I'd want to be right now. I love Toronto, and I love playing for the Argonauts.
Awesome. Can you share or explain a fun nickname that your teammates or fans have possibly given you throughout your career? It doesn't necessarily need to be in Toronto. It can be if there already is one, or if you have even something back in college. Just curious.
Back, I guess my first nickname for most of my, when I was elementary all the way even to high school, some people still called me, I was Tank. Some people didn't even know my name. I went by Tank forever.
Was that Tank you said?
Tank.
I see. Yeah.
Yep. But in the CFL, I get a lot of guys call me Brinks Truck. That's kind of the nickname that I got here.
There you go. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. I like that. So as a defensive lineman, what would you say is the most notable difference between Canadian and American football? Like as a D lineman specifically.
Yeah, the game's different. It's American football. You're going to expect more power football. You're going to expect more double teams. I'm expecting more eating up double teams. Let my linebackers come downhill fast. It's a little slower pace. Once I got to the CFL, I was used to the run, but it was the pass game. Just
Mm.
70% of the plays getting off, making a move, then the quick game, running, turning and running the sideline, trying to make a tackle. The game's just a lot faster in that aspect. You gotta be in a lot better shape, that's for sure. I lost a few pounds this year, and I feel like it's helping me out a lot. But and then just it's just a little more. Quick ball, and it's not as much they're going to hold the double teams. They're just going to try to hit the
Oh yeah.
gaps, and but it's definitely a pass rush league, and that's something I've had to adapt to and just learn to get vertical and get to the quarterback.
The just a follow
Yep.
up thing on that, and the one thing that I've noticed that the American football does that we don't do up here is you'll see a lot of defenses do like a 3-4, where it's like three defensive linemen and then like four middle linebackers.
Then four linebackers. Yeah.
Yeah, and we even, I mean, man, in college we were in a 3-3-5. Like we were in all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a lot more. I feel like throughout the league, most of the teams run the same, similar defenses, similar offenses. Each team might have a little mix up, but for the most part, it's a big zone and RPO league.
Yeah, no, definitely. So what is your favorite stadium to play in? And I will say, I'm gonna exclude BMO Field from here, just to make it a little bit more interesting.
Well, I haven't played at Montreal or BC. Those are the two stadiums I haven't played at yet. So can't add those. I'm excited to play at them. They look cool, but I gotta say, it's between SAS and Winnipeg, but I think I gotta go Winnipeg just because it's always fun going in and playing Winnipeg at Winnipeg. So it's gonna be an intense physical game.
Absolutely. Although I'm sure, again, like you were probably saying earlier, it's probably nice being in Saskatchewan, seeing all the big cornfields and being kind of reminded back home. So
that is true.
Absolutely.
That is true.
Do you have a favorite stadium like down in the US?
So I played some of the stadiums I played. I played at Kinnick Stadium, which is Iowa, and then Jack Trice. So both of those stadiums were great. But then, I always like playing the Unidome. I'm a big dome guy. 70 and sunny isn't bad. But then Montana had a really nice stadium in the mountains, and there's about 35,000 people just right on top of you.
Wow, that's awesome.
Next question is, do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions that you swear by?
Rituals. Not too crazy ones. I guess I always got the same playlist going. I'm always doing the same, 15 minutes on the field, about 2 hours before the game, get my stretching in. So, nothing crazy. I feel like just the usual stuff that guys do, just keeping that schedule, but no crazy rituals like some guys have.
That's fair. That's fair. You were saying the same playlist. What kind of music?
I'm a mixture. It's usually throwback music. So whether it's rap, rock and roll, heavy, it don't matter. Heavy metal. It's just anything that gets the blood pumping.
Awesome. So, and this question, actually, this is going to be more, probably more pertain to your time with the Argonauts and whatnot right now. Who is the greatest locker room character?
We got a lot of characters in the locker room, but
you don't have to give just one. You can give multiple.
Win with his toothpick in his mouth is always a funny one. A guy like Calver, he's always a team favorite, making everyone laugh. I mean, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that are, just fun to be around, and it doesn't make it feel like a job when you're there. It just feels like you're with your buddies.
That's awesome. That's probably, and honestly, that's probably got to be exactly what you need when you're getting ready to go out for a game. With football, it's very much a game where it feels like it's like a brothership when you're going out and going to war in the trenches. So got to imagine that's probably got to get the blood pumping and whatnot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So weather conditions can have a significant impact on special teams play, or not even just special teams plays, on any plays. What's the most challenging weather you've had to play in, and how did you adapt? And what is your favorite weather to play in?
I've played in cold games and stuff like that, but I still say the heat's horrible to play in. It's like 100 degrees and humid out. I mean, I don't think there's anything worse. You just feel, you're sweating nonstop as soon as you get in the sun. So honestly, 100, 105 degrees in the sun, that's my least favorite weather to play. And I think, again, like I said, I was in a dome, so 70 and sunny in the dome is perfect for me.
There you go.
But then I love those 50 degrees, overcast days, maybe a little mist, so it's a big run heavy game. I don't know. It's I like it nice and cool.
Absolutely.
I thought you were gonna say the rain after what happened with the Montreal Winnipeg game the other day, where
are you talking the Ottawa Winnipeg game?
Yeah, where it's pouring down, and then you're in this mindset, and then it's they have to call you off the field.
Oh my goodness!
Oh no, I've only had that happen once. It's horrible. You get cold, and it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, and especially if it gets delayed and you have to come back later, you got only a little 10-minute warm up to try to get back up to game feel, and then you got to, especially in that game, there's 2 minutes left in the game, and it's a crucial drive.
Especially that. I know guys' bodies were already banged up, so now they get cold and then have to warm up. it'd be hard. It'd be tough.
Yeah, just when they want to take time to decompress, they can't because they got to get back out there. So
exactly.
Yeah. Here, I'll let Rick finish that.
Okay, the other one is, what advice would you give inspiring defensive linemen looking to make it to the professional level?
Yeah, it's, it takes work. That's it. How it started for me, I'm not the tallest guy, I'm not the fastest guy, but I always outworked everyone. I was from fourth, fifth grade, I was lifting 4 or 5 times a week, working out constantly, in multiple sports. It's the 5 a.m. lifting when you don't want to. It sounds like, oh, you always hear this, but it's what it is. You got to be able to say no to things. So, when your friends are doing something fun, you got to say no, because it's, what's important, what you're working for. And once you get that in your mind, what you're working for, nothing's going to stop you. So just get that work ethic. It's in whatever it is, if it's D-line, something you like, music, whatever it is, just get a work ethic and put everything you have into it, because you only get one shot at it.
Absolutely. So it's funny. That's actually all that we had. So thank you so much to anyone who was watching this. Although, Jared, do you have anything else that you got that you'd like to share with the people?
Yeah, I think, anyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the CFL. It's a fun game, and keep on watching.
Absolutely perfect. We'd also like to thank the CFL Forum for promoting this and being able to get some questions from some wonderful people. And make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you have not already to Canadian Football Central. And we will see you guys next time.